Okay, so we're about to, I am about to talk about something that happened today at work. I was on lunch and I was listening to Stephen A. Smith, and yeah, I tune into ESPN radio a lot. Well, this is what I hear, and this is what I'm about to say.
Will host the Philadelphia 76ers on Game 7. The
Here we
Denver
go.
Nuggets will host Damian Lillard and the Portland Trailblazers in the Mile High City with its altitude and everything else. That's a Game 7.
And here we go.
And I'm here to predict that after tonight, there will be.
First of all, it's like he's a preacher. I think it's hilarious. His persona and who he is emotional, and I'm fine with him being emotional. But I am not fine with what he's about to say here. And I'm gonna go ahead and preface this reaction to what he said with emotion before you hear it. Okay, Stephen A. Smith, let me be emotional to you about the NBA. But I'm going to go ahead and give you the first side of this debate. Here's what he says, and there's a lot to this. This might be a long live stream.
A third Game 7. The Houston
Talking about how great the NBA is right now and how awesome it is with all these Game 7s.
Rockets will be back at the Oracle in Oakland, California, to go up against the Golden State Warriors in Game 7 of that Western Conference semifinal
Big
series.
words, big words,
I'll
big
get
words,
into why
complex
I believe
words.
that in just a minute.
In just a minute.
But believe it or not, stop the presses. I got
And he's like, whoa.
a little baseball on my mind.
Okay, Stephen A. Smith, let's hear your expertise about baseball. Go ahead.
And I just want to get this out of the way. I'm just emotional right now. I'm just emotional. So I just want to get this out of my way. And I hope my boy Jeff, my man Jeff Brown in LA is listening to me and listening to me good. I just got this on my mind right now. I got to get this off my chest. Baseball is in a world of trouble.
Okay, problem number one. Noted. Baseball is in a world of trouble. Oh, is it really? Is it really? Giving big contracts to players, getting attendance, making millions and millions of dollars? That's a lot of trouble.
Baseball is in a world of trouble. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Listen, if we had to watch Tim Kirchin all day, it wouldn't be in any trouble because, my God, he's wonderful.
Yes, he is.
And Buster Olney's wonderful.
Yes, he is.
And
So right now he's giving apologies. He's like, "Oh, I like these guys and I like these guys, but I'm about to take a big crap on the frickin' MLB because it sucks."
Jeff Passan is wonderful. And all of these guys are wonderful.
And it's almost like he's defending the NBA because maybe he's threatened by how popular Major League Baseball is, and he's trying to put a good word in for the NBA. I mean, if the NBA is that great, do you need to put a good word in for it? You don't see people that are true baseball fans up here defending the Major League all the time. No, we're dedicated fans. We love our sport. We pass it down to our families.
But I got to tell you something right now.
Tell
Are y'all
tell
ready
me,
for
Steven.
what I'm about to say?
I am. Go.
Baseball is a faceless sport.
Okay, he says he's going to explain faceless sport, but he doesn't exactly hit the nail on the head here.
I'm going to say it again. Baseball is a faceless sport.
Whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Trout is a stud. We all know this. We all know he's big time. Love Mike Trout. Love him to death. Mike Trout is the creme de la creme. He's the best player in baseball. We all know what he brings to the table.
Best player in baseball? That's pretty subjective. But yeah, I mean, for someone to say Mike Trout's the best player in baseball, it would be hard to argue against that.
Okay?
Okay.
Mike Trout's 284 batting average is his lowest since 2014. Because since 2014, he's batted a minimum of 299. Now, that's just a small sample because the season is still long and it ain't going to be finished till the end of September into October. And I get all of that. But he just got paid $400.
Yeah, okay, so 299 is an amazing batting average. 284 in May is really good.
$26 million. And in year one,
And hold on, he's filling the podcast, or he's filling his radio show with negative things. The lowest since, yeah, no kidding. But 284 and 299, not much of a difference, Stephen.
we looking at. Have y'all seen Bryce Harper's numbers? Bryce Harper, who started off like a gangbuster, the guy signed a 13-year, $330 million deal before Mike Trout got his deal. Oh, I'm sorry, Bryce Harper's batting 231. Before him, Manny Machado signs for $300 million in San Diego. He's batting 234. Ladies and gentlemen, when you got guys getting paid
Okay, so that's at least one hit per ball game if they get 5 at bats.
those amount of dollars, and the production isn't commiserate with it, and then you top that off with the fact that as a sport, Major League Baseball, you've got to speed up the game. You've got to adapt to modern times. You've got to figure out something to ingratiate yourself with the younger demographic so the sport doesn't die off.
Okay, this is the part of the radio show that really gets my blood boiling. And I'm sure that was his whole point, to get people's blood boiling. But he's really fighting dirty here. He's making statements that are untrue. Look, Stephen A., baseball has been around longer than basketball. Baseball has more fan attendance every year than NBA. How many teams are there in baseball? How many? Do you even know, Stephen A. Smith? There's 32. All right? There's more than 30. All right? And a lot of those ballparks bring in 40,000 plus nearly every single game. There's 162 games a year. I would go out on a limb, and I'm just going to make this argument that the NBA does not have the ability, okay, or the money. They really don't have the money to play 160 some games. And you want to gripe about how long Major League Baseball games are? They're anywhere from 2.5 hours to 5 hours. Okay? NBA games are shorter because they're timed. Baseball is not timed. That's part of the beauty of the sport. NBA, you say, has a face. Yes, because there are only, count them, 5 players that play on an NBA team during the game. Okay, in baseball, there are 9 players that play on defense, and there's 1 batting, and then if the bases are loaded, that means there is, 9 plus 1 plus 3, that's 13 players. There's 13 players on the field maximum, and 10 minimum at all times. Okay? In basketball, there's 10, all right, on the court all the time. Now, part of the difference between baseball and NBA is that in the NBA, because of the way the cameras are situated, you can usually see the bench all the time. You can watch the drama unfold as the coach throws his clipboard on the ground. I understand baseball has the same thing. We have bench brawls. We have fights. We have charge the mound. We have players throwing their equipment all the time. Okay, it's all similar in that aspect. But what you're saying, okay, when you compare NBA versus MLB, we just talked about some similarities. But as far as the differences, it is 100% a different sport. That's like saying, why aren't you bashing soccer? All right, because soccer's not popular in the U.S., but it's the world's most popular sport. Football, right? European football, right, where they kick the ball with their foot and they go around. I don't hear you bashing soccer the way you bash the MLB. And the Major League Baseball is by far bigger in America than soccer. But you want to say that baseball is going to die. And that is so wrong. I don't understand how ESPN allows you to say this stuff. We'll continue on.
Think about this. You got these guys, the big names out there, that ain't necessarily producing to the level that you would like, and none
what level? You don't define the level.
None of them as individuals are necessarily marketable to mainstream Madison Avenue. What core demographic are they attracting?
Where do you get your information?
Are they attractive?
Where? Not marketable. What are you talking about? You can look up a 1,000 posts or more, maybe a lot more, on just the amount of children who are influenced by their baseball players so much that they wear those clothes like of the team and of the player and the jerseys every day. And those baseball players also, Stephen A., take the time to walk over to the fans before the game and not necessarily after the game, but during batting practice. Not walk over to the fans who show up early and sign autographs and talk.
34 to
Whatever.
25 to 49s.
And now he's
Who are
talking
they
about
attracting?
the age market.
Who do
Yeah,
you have
from 3 years old
that
to
is
90.
a marketable commodity? I'm not talking about just their game, because you got to have a personality to go with it.
So there's tons of personality in baseball.
And some of it has to be controversial. Some of it has to be scintillating. Whatever word you want to use.
Scintillating, that's a $20 word right there.
Whatever adjective works for you, that's what you got to have. Baseball doesn't have it. Baseball doesn't have it.
How can you say baseball doesn't have it? Show me what he just named: Mike Trout, Bryce Harper, Manny Machado. Those are 3 names right now in Major League that are household names if you are a sports fan.
And even though they're making money hand over foot because of their television deals.
Oh, and he wants to. So this is where he wants to say baseball players make more money because of television deals are bigger. Well, why the heck is television investing so much money during MLB games? I mean, they're not stupid. They know what they're doing.
From an optics perspective, when you look at a baseball stadium and you watch Sports Center and you see these highlights,
Now he's going to bash the stadiums. This is how low he's going.
and you see somebody smack a home run straight to left center or right center field, and you see 5 damn people in the stands, how do you think that looks? Baseball's in trouble. Baseball is in trouble.
So, Stephen A. Smith, tell me the NBA arenas that don't sell out. How does that look?
I just want to let you know right now. And Rob
Let
Manfred
you know.
and Major League Baseball, anything that Stephen A. Smith can do to help you, please let me know.
Yeah, shut your mouth.
Because I got love for y'all.
You don't. You're playing dirty, Smith. You are playing dirty by saying, "Hey, I hate to be this way, but I'm going to be this way." That's how many speech classes have you oral argument classes have you taken? Hopefully some, right? Don't you know that in the first rule of debate and the first rule of presentation is that if you're going to talk trash about something, just talk trash about it. It's more reputable for you to get in there and talk trash than it is to come up here and say, "Well, I hate to do this to you, but here I'm going to hand it to you." That's dirty.
And I'm not trying to denigrate the sport. It's a sport my daddy grew up loving and taught me. Trust
Yes, you are denigrating it though. That's a $15 word.
me. I'm not denigrating the sport in any stretch of imagination. If I got one thing that I could eliminate from baseball, it would be intentional walks.
Intentional walks are so rare in baseball.
You get paid for a reason. You don't get to intentionally walk anybody. Man,
Okay, how is an intentional walk any different than a hack-a-shack?
man up. If you a pitcher and you getting paid 7 figures, I'm sorry. I don't give a damn if it's Bryce Harper or Stephen A. Smith at the plate. Strike me out.
And now he's putting himself at the
Or
plate.
get me out.
Oh my!
No intentional walks. And let's not take 3
Yeah.
minutes to throw a pitch.
Because intentional walk is the reason that he thinks baseball sucks. And 3 minutes, man, get the heck out of here, dude. You're a professional. You're supposed to be a sports expert. Anything that comes out of your mouth on the show, you should be an expert on. And you're not. So stop
Let's put a
talking
clock on
about
that bad
baseball.
boy.
Put Kirchin on there. Put Olney on there. Have them call the show.
Let's do what we got to do. But I'm telling y'all, it's just something that needed to be said. I had to get it off my chest. I'm just looking at these big numbers. And I'm saying, oh my God. 400 plus million for Mike Trout, 300 plus million
That's right.
for both Machado.
That's right. And what's wrong with
Bryce
that?
Harper.
And I think, so I'm going to sum it up with this. I think, I'm just going to cut it here because I can't take it anymore. I think that Stephen A. is butthurt. He is so butthurt that the NBA players who are average don't make close, not even close to the comparison of the Major League Baseball player who starts 3 to 4 games a week. He gets paid millions and millions of dollars. Millions. The NBA guy, right, that is a 7, 8 in the order of first 5 start, and you got your sixth man, right? But the 7, 8, 9 guy, and especially the 10 guy, man, they don't get paid anything in comparison to the greater players that are playing on the floor. Mike Trout and Bryce Harper, Machado, Giancarlo Stanton, John Lester, and I could, a lot of players in baseball, right, make way up here as far as money. And then the majority of your players in baseball are like here. But between here and here is $100 million, right? So I could go on, and matter of fact, I might just do that. I said I wanted to end, but I'll go on right here, and we're gonna say salary. Let's look up the difference between average NBA salary. All right, according to Forbes. Okay. Well, let's not use Forbes. Let's just use his own source. All right. We're going to use okay, 2018, 2019 salaries. All right. All right, here we go. Steph Curry, okay, is making 37 million in the 18-19 season. Russell Westbrook, 35. Chris Paul, 35. Blake Griffin, 32. Gordon Hayward, 31. Look at this. I'll just scroll down here, right? Okay. Jimmy Butler, 39th most paid player, is making $20 million this year. Kawhi Leonard, 23. Rudy Gobert, 23. Mark Gasol, Steven Adams, 24 million. Steven Adams. Hassan Whiteside on the Heat, 25 million. Bradley Beal, 25 million. Oh, Porter Jr., 26 million. Millsap, 29 million. This is from ESPN NBA salaries. I don't understand what his bitch is here. What his gripe is. Why is he griping? All right, now let's go to the. Oh man, I can't get out of this. What the hell? All right, let's go to. MLB salaries. Let's see, average MLB salary. All right, now, do you even have a clue what it might be? All right, MLB average salary. This is an article earlier this year. On track for second straight drop, according to ESPN. Watch this. This article came out 2 months ago, less than 2 months ago. The salaries for the 872 players on rosters and injured lists on Monday averaged 4.36 million, down from 4.41, down $0.05 million at the start of the last season, and 4.45. So it seems like ESPN is behind Stephen A. Smith on their baseball bashing. And I'm going to tell you why. Because ESPN doesn't get to show baseball. Except for Sundays and Mondays and maybe Wednesdays. That's why.